It was one of those days you see in commercials. The sky was blue, sprinklers were running, someone was grilling burgers. And across the street, little Emma and Jake decided to create the ultimate childhood memory, a lemonade stand. Now, every neighborhood has its little quirks. Some folks plant too many roses. Some neighbors blast country music at 2 a.m. But this neighborhood had Karen, the unofficial self-appointed HOA sheriff. And she was about to make this the most dramatic lemonade stand in history. The kids went all out. They made a big hand-painted sign that said, "Ice cold lemonade, $5." They even added glitter. They set up their table with paper cups, a jug of lemonade, and the kind of optimism only an 8-year-old could have. Neighbors started walking over. The Smiths bought a cup, the Johnsons bought 2. Even Old Man Harris came by and gave them a dollar bill and said, "Keep the change, kids." It was wholesome. It was perfect. Which, of course, meant it was only a matter of time before Karen arrived. And there she was, Karen. She peeked through her blinds like a hawk spotting prey. You could practically hear the Jaws theme song as she stomped across the street. Clipboard in one hand, phone in the other, ready to ruin some childhood dreams. Karen. "Excuse me, this is an unlicensed business. You can't just set up shop wherever you want." The kids looked at her like, "Lady, we're selling lemonade, not opening a casino." Karen launched into a 10-minute speech about zoning laws, food safety, and something about unauthorized distribution of citrus products. She actually said that. Meanwhile, Jake whispered to Emma, "Do you think she's allergic to lemons?" And then, she did it. She called 911. Karen. "Yes, hello. I'd like to report an illegal operation in my neighborhood. Yes, 2 minors, selling unregulated beverages." The dispatcher probably had to mute the line because they were laughing too hard. The neighbors couldn't believe it. People started gathering just to watch. One guy pulled up a lawn chair. Another neighbor shouted, "Quick kids, raise the price to $1 before you get shut down." Someone even pulled out their phone and started live streaming. Yep, the whole thing was going viral before the cops even showed up. 5 minutes later, a squad car rolled up. The kids froze like deer in headlights. The neighbors got quiet. And Karen? Oh, she looked so proud of herself, like she just busted Al Capone. But the cops, they were confused. "Officer, we got a call about lemonade?" Karen rushed over like she was presenting a Supreme Court case. Karen. "These children are violating health codes, zoning laws, and the sanctity of our neighborhood." The officer blinked, then looked at the kids, then looked at Karen. He actually had to stop himself from laughing. You could see it on his face. One officer walked over, crouched down, and said, "So, you kids got any samples?" The kids poured him a cup. He took a sip and went, "Best lemonade I've had all week." The neighbors cheered. Someone yelled, "Case closed." And Karen? She lost it. She shouted about bacteria, lawsuits, and something about kids running a lemonade cartel. The cops literally had to tell her, "Ma'am, please stop calling 911 for things like this." Karen stormed back to her house, muttering about how the neighborhood was doomed because of lemonade. Meanwhile, the kids got a standing ovation. The lemonade stand became famous. People from the next neighborhood over started showing up. The kids made enough money to buy a new bike, a PlayStation game, and probably retire by age 12. And Karen? Rumor has it she tried to set up her own official HOA-approved lemonade stand. Spoiler, nobody bought a single cup. Now here's the kicker. A week later, Karen tried to file an HOA complaint, writing, "Unregulated lemon-based commerce on public property." The HOA board? They laughed so hard they framed it and hung it in the clubhouse. Even better, the cops came back the following weekend, not to shut it down, but to buy more lemonade. So what did we learn today? You can call 911 for a lot of things, but kids selling lemonade isn't one of them. Unless, of course, you're Karen, who apparently thinks lemonade is a federal crime. The moral of the story? Support your neighborhood kids, and maybe keep Karen away from the citrus aisle. If you had fun watching this HOA Karen meltdown, hit that subscribe button right now. Because trust me, we've got more wild Karen stories on the way, and who knows? Maybe next time she'll call the cops on a bake sale.